Hello guys, I am back and today I am reviewing Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. It is the ninth film in the Star Wars series. It stars Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, and Adam Driver. And is directed by, once again, J.J. Abrams. As evidenced by Rotten Tomatoes, there is a unique divide between critics and audiences again. This time it's in the total reverse, and for good reason. It's because this is actually good, and I'm probably going to be one of only a few YouTube critics that is saying this about The Rise of Skywalker. This is actually really good. Now, I will admit, the first half an hour, it's sloppy. Okay? The scenes don't connect very well, even though each individual one is very well written. But it takes 30 minutes for the movie to start having scenes that actually feel like they're connected. And after that, this is just a joyride. Now I must talk about some of the characters here. Kylo Ren, for the most part, he's a much better character here than he's ever been. Okay. And The Force Awakens, he was kind of a brat that had a lot of temper tantrums. In the second film, he was this whiny, emo kid who needed to be beaten by his parents. In this one, he had only one moment where he kind of had a temper tantrum. But other than that, he was overall an improvement in terms of character development. And Adam Driver, he's one of the rare few soldiers turned actors that turned out really good. His performance as Kylo Ren, even when Kylo Ren was not very well written, has been excellent. He's known what Kylo Ren, what sort of personality he would have under certain situations. And I really am glad he became Kylo Ren. Rey was better than in The Last Jedi. I liked her in The Force Awakens. But The Last Jedi was... I really did not like Rey in The Last Jedi. However, even though she still has problems, they did stuff with her that I really liked, and I really wish they had done that on Last Jedi. Like, she has this sort of inner conflict within her over a certain revelation. I'm not going to say what until I do my spoiler talk, but she has this sort of inner conflict within her that you do not see in a Mary Sue. There, I said it. I said it. The last film, she was a total Mary Sue, even though she was not one in the one before it. And they got rid of it here. They got rid of it here. I'm glad. I'm glad. When it comes to Leia, they used deleted scenes of Carrie Fisher from Force Awakens and The Last Jedi because unfortunately Carrie passed away a few years ago and they needed Leia in the movie. I avidly believe that Leia had to be here. And I do not think they botched the whole thing at all. In my opinion, it was done really well, even though the placement of her was a bit awkward. And the action scenes are very intense, especially in the ending of the film. Now, granted, there's one action sequence that's not intense. I'll get into that on my spoiler talk of the film. But that's only because I was sitting there going, wow, over how certain characters shoot. And John Williams' musical score, awesome. He's been very consistent about the musical scores and the Star Wars films. Now let's get into the few things I did not like. First of all, even though I complained about the character in The Last Jedi, I really wish they had given Rose Tico a much bigger presence here. Because even though I did not like the character, it did not mean that I wanted to see her shoved in the background or something. I just simply did not like how useless she was in The Last Jedi. I really wish they had her as an engineer on the Falcon or something. Give her some sort of important role instead of shoving her in the background. Also, this is not a spoiler because they showed this in the trailers and they released a clip about this, and also he's on one of the posters. But Emperor Palpatine is back, and their explanation as to how he survived is horrible. I'll explain why in my spoiler talk. And I am calling bullcrap on the whole they planned to bring him back from the first place thing. Yeah, we know why he came back. It's because Supreme Leader Snoke was killed. Anyway, in conclusion, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, well, it's not what I would call a fulfilling end to the sequel trilogy. I was satisfied. I thought it was really good and that it's worth seeing in theaters at a matinee price. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker gets a matinee. Anyway, that's the conclusion of Star Wars. I still have a spoiler talk to do on this, I know. I will release that later this week after Christmas. I also have a couple more reviews I need to do. One of which is for season 1 of His Dark Materials. Last episode gets released tomorrow. I'm excited. I also have to do season 1 reviews of The Witcher. I'm on episode 4 right now. I'll get that done once I'm done with the season. And also season 1 of The Mandalorian. Once the last episode's released, of course. Well, that's all I have for today. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all later.